Happy holidays. Hello everyone, it's Robin here and welcome. I'm so happy to see you all today. So today I'm going to start putting together the foundation of my reading journal. I'm really excited about this. I have a couple of pieces here, some planners. I mean, I'm loving this cover. It's amazing. I can't wait to see it in action. And we're going to be using one of the reading journal bundles that I released on my Etsy shop this year. It has, you know, all those great stickers, and I've chosen the theme Cottage books. This will be the theme going on in my reading journal this year. I'm excited to get all of this started. I can't wait. So let's just flip the camera down and start putting it together. I'm super excited to put this reading journal together. I've been looking at this cover on my shelf since the fall when I picked it up during the fall release. This is actually a planner, and I'm not going to be using the planner parts. I don't really use the monthlies for my reading journal, but I am going to use this cover. It's a hardcover with canvas and like this chenille looking embroidery on it. Isn't that amazing? I saw this and I thought, this is going to be my Cozy Cottage magical reading year. And that's exactly what we have going on here. So what I'm also going to do is I needed then some dividers since we're not using these. And I have this, the magic is within, this is a notebook. I usually like making my reading journal out of a notebook from Happy Planner because the notebooks come with 3 dividers. And I can put labels on them for what I need them for. And it comes with paper. This paper is really cool. It's a little off-white. I'm probably going to use white paper though, because a lot of my trackers I make are going to be with white paper. But we have dividers here. Look to the stars with shimmering eyes. I just love the colors of these. This is kind of just a moonscape situation, and follow your own path. So I thought these would look really nice as dividers for this cozy magical year. And I'm pulling in also some paper. So this is the paper I'll be using. Now this is a dot grid. Let's see if you can see that dot grid there. It's a dot grid disc punch paper in a classic size Happy Planner, and I picked these up off of Amazon, and the paper is really nice quality. It's about the same thickness and feel as Happy Planner paper, and I love it. So we're going to use this to make our pages in here. And you know, I have another thing. I have like a folder here. This came from Tracy, my friend over at Midwest Craft Chat. She sent me a bunch of these. I think these came from Amazon too. We'll be using a folder in here, and we'll also be using one of those sticker bundles, the reading journal bundles that I released this year from my shop. This is the Cottage books bundle, and I love this. This is the new one for this year. So this will be the theme going on in my reading journal. And this is really fun because there's like 12 sheets of reading journal fun to help set it up. So we'll be using this to set things up. Now this bundle also came with 4 other designs, so you could get it in like Book Lovers design, in Boo's Reading, in the Cozy Bookshop, or even Book Lovers. So I have all of these on my Etsy shop, and it's a great deal because you get 12 sheets, and roughly what I did is you're basically getting these 2 deco sheets for free. Anyway, all of that aside, I'll link things down below for you in case you want to check anything out. What I'm going to do today is put the foundation together, and then I think we're going to build the reading log. There's so many pages to put into a reading journal. I can't do them all in one video, although that would be fun, right? It would be fun. But we will do the reading log today after we put this together, and then we will have more videos to come where we'll be setting this up even more with more fun pages. Okay. I'm ready to just get started, so let's do it. I forgot to mention too, I have these great discs that I decided to use. And oh look, this is a cute little bow clip. So what I want to do is I want to change the discs out. These are a clear glitter disc, but they're not like the gold disc. They have a lot of color in them, and there's little blue hints going on in here too. And I thought this would look really fun in my magical reading journal. So we're going to use these, and I think what we'll do is just start with building it. So we're going to pull the covers off here. These are really thick to pull off, different than when you just pull off the plastic covers, but we can do it. We can do this. Okay. I think, yes, this does. It has the plastic on here. So let's pull this off. Let me try to trim this a bit. So these plastic parts will have this plastic piece to protect it, but it's like sewn underneath. So I'm gonna carefully see if I can kind of just score it down and pull the whole thing off. So this side should have some too. It does. So let's take care of this. Okay, whew, I got that done. I got that done. Oh my gosh. So these go like this. To put these in, I don't know if we can do both at the same time. Oh yeah, they go in very easily. So let's just continue that. You just kind of put these together and roll them in. And now we have it all set. I think those kind of look nice. I think they look nice. Let's open her up. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Okay, so now what I want to do is put my dividers in. So I'm just going to take these 3 out of here. And I'm going to do 3 sections. Oh, look at all those colors together. Love, love, love. I'll do 3 sections. If I decide later I want to add a 4th section, I'll just find another divider that kind of coordinates, and I can put that in the back. Or I can pull whatever the front section is in front. We'll figure it out. But right now we're going to do 3. And I have my labels here for my 3 sections. I did these on my new label maker, which is this Brother, is it a P-Touch? I think it is. It's like, it's big, look at that. But I got this specifically because I could get cartridges that did white on clear. So that's what we're going to do here. So I think this is cool because that will show up on these darker colors here, better than the black. Plus the idea of printing in white is kind of fun. So I'm just gonna take the back of these off. And this is my first section. It'll be my monthly section, and I'm calling it by the month. I kind of think I want this up a little bit. I do. I'm going to put this up a little bit and fold it over. We'll see if that works. Or trim off the top. Because I want it a little higher. Let's see. I think trimming it will work. I think I'll trim these though down before I put them up. I think that'll make it a little easier. So let's just trim the top of this off. And then this one too. Okay. So here is our first divider by the month. So this is where I'll hold all of my monthly updates that you'll see me do. I'm loving all of these colors together. So last year my theme was really in the Harry Potter world, which was really fun. And this one we're still gonna stay in that magical idea. So we might see some Harry Potter stuff coming up in here. I do kind of want to read all the Harry Potters this year. One of my goals. So my second section, you would have seen, oh nope, this is my third section. This is called the books. And this is where I'm gonna put my reading log. That's all the books I read. And that's the piece that we're gonna put together today, which will be fun because we're gonna be doing kind of a Dutch door situation. So we'll put that here. And then my center section, this is where all of my reading trackers and book bingos and all of those fun things will be. So we have titled this All the Things, because it really is all the things. Okay, so there we have it right there. All the things. Okay. So before we get into making anything though, in this first section where we're going to do our monthlies, I want to add some of this paper that we'll be using to create our monthlies. I'm just going to add 10 just in case. We'll be doing this later. This will be another Dutch door situation. So what you see me doing, similar to what I did last year. And then all the things is where I'm going to put the bulk of this. But in the books, I'm going to pull out I'll just pull 10 out for the last section too, and then we'll put this all in the middle to help give it bulk and for paper that we can use. I like to build a lot of pages here in the center. This is where like my reading TBR lists, my seasonal lists, all the things will go. If I do again decide I need another section, we'll just build that later. Okay, but I need to give this a little bulk so it'll hold together. Okay, and then my last section here is where we're gonna put this paper right here. And then behind this, I want to add in a pocket folder. This is a double-sided pocket folder, oh nope, single-sided pocket folder, which is all I need, in a beautiful dusty lilac color. And this is where I can hold some stickers. So here is basically how we look right now for a reading journal. Love it, by the month, all the things, and the books. Okay. So there, we have that set up, but we need to start adding some decor and some trackers. And that's why I said we're going to be doing this reading log. And I want to do it as a Dutch door situation so that I can continue to write my reading log, but the decor stays at the top with it. And I'll show you what I mean. This is my journal from this year. And my reading log looks like this. So this is where when I read a book, I can write the title, the author, how many pages, the format I read it, the genre, the characters, and then what my rating was. But these are the Dutch door pages because as I turn it, this all stays at the top. So that's what we're going to be building today, is this. And we're going to be using all these fun stickers. So here's the decor pieces in here. This is when I will be building my reading tracker, and that would go with this sheet. We'll be building this at some point here too. I'm going to have videos for all of these. These are all the different words. Here are book icons, ebook icons, audiobook icons, and rating stars. So we'll be using these, and we will also be building bookshelves. So if we look at these words, let's sidetrack for just a second. These are different reading journal script. These are different words. So reading journal, TBR, these are different things we can put in here. Reading stats, 2026, books read, bookshelf, reading log, which is what we'll be building today, series, authors, book bingo, we'll be building that one at some point too, goals, book bracket, we might be building that too, favorite characters, first lines, favorite quotes, and 5-star reads. So these are words of pages that I will be putting in here, mostly likely with you guys. And we'll have fun. This is also a reading genres page, which is one of my favorite pages to put together. And this has historical fiction, romance, magical realism, fantasy, mystery, horror, thriller, debut, science fiction, cozy, nonfiction, fiction, classic, poetry, holiday is a new one we added, humor, memoir, autobiography, young adult, and graphic novel. Okay, so these are all the sheets that come with this. So it gives you a lot of ideas and things you can do. So I will be holding all of this intact together because we'll be pulling this out as we make more sheets for this. But right now I'm going to put this part aside because we're going to be using the title. I'll be using some of these book icons, and we'll be using some decor. I also have this little sheet too, so when we send you these packets, you'll get this little freebie of books that match the theme that you chose. I chose Cottage books, so there's 3 different ones: Time to Read, Book Lover, and One More Chapter. So one of these will come in with yours. So I'll put that over here too in case we want to use one of these. I also have some washi tape up top here, which we'll be using. Okay, that was a lot. Let me go ahead and pull these sheets out. So I think we're going to pull 3. We're going to cut 3. And then I need the back page and I need the front page. So we'll just do it like this. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is build 3. We're going to cut 3 for our Dutch door, and then these are the 2 outside. So these are the 3 we need to cut down. I'm going to pull in one of these to use kind of as a template. Why reinvent the wheel? And just for the sake of sizing, it's a little loose. It's not exact, but these 3 should all be the same size. I'm cutting it in between, so this is 9 discs. I'm cutting it in between the 7th and the 8th disc at the top here. There, let me move that over so you can see. So it's cut right in between these. And for those of you who are using the same paper, I'm cutting it on, then let me count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's between the 10th and the 11th dot. So let's get the paper trimmer and see if we can also get a measurement. Okay, I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna cut one at a time though. Okay, so we're cutting it at about 7 1/8. Again, it doesn't matter where necessarily you cut it. What you're looking for is enough room for the decor to be on the background, and you just want to cut them the same length. So I'm going to do 7 1/8. We're just going to go with that. Let me do these 2 together and see if that works. Okay, so now when we put our 2 sheets down here, these sheets will be the inside sheets, and I can turn them, and whatever's listed up here will be the same. You'll be able to see it. Will be visible. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so the things I'm going to put up here is decor, but I'm also going to put my categories of what we're doing here. So like title, author, pages, etc. And I'm pulling this out so I can see line wise. I'm also, let me take this last page. I'm going to use these as my gauge for sizing because this worked out. And then I can tell you and it'll all be fabulous. I'm grabbing just this T ruler here so I can kind of get my lines straight. And I did use the dots, so that's helpful. And I'm going to use a micron. You can use pencil at first and then go over it afterwards, but you know, we didn't do that. So here we are. We're just doing this. We're going with it. I'm going to use the micron 05. It's a little thicker, so I want a little bit thicker line going on here. So let's do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to start here. And go to the dot. Okay, and then we're going to go up to the next line of dots and just go a little above it, only because I just want to make sure I have room to write. And then I'm going to draw that line. Excellent. And then I'm going to grab this sheet here and do the same. I'm going to turn it though because this T ruler works better on the side without all of the disc punches. So we're going to go down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to draw from here. To here. And then we're going to go up just above the next one. You go from here to here. Okay, so here we have it. And basically what I did is I counted down to 9 and I counted down to 10, and that's where I drew these lines. Okay, what I want to do now is draw a line at the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just following the dot grid right now. Okay, so here is the frame for everything. So now I want to do the lines going down to mark off the sections. And in this first page here, let me move this aside, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So I'm going to go ahead and do these lines, and then I'll tell you the number of counts that we had for them once I'm done. Okay, so I have these all drawn out. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter how wide all these are, but it might matter because of the category that you put it in. Like some categories, like the title, I want wider than others. What does matter is that you stay consistent when you go and draw the same lines on these sheets here. So let me draw one of these lines and then I'll share with you how I did that. Okay, let me show you what I just did here. So I showed you on one sheet. So these two are where the decor is going and the title. And this is a sheet that will turn in the center. This side has to be the same as this side, and this side has to be the same as this side. So that's why I use that. Let me show you what I used for my lines or my dot grid. If you're using the same paper, the point between here and here, I did it on the third dot. So you count in 1, 2, 3 dots. This is on the 14th, the 11th from here. So from here to here, 11 dots. And then you should have about 4 dots left. When you get to this side, I counted into 6, and then I counted into 8, and then I counted to 12, and then I counted to 6. So if you wanted to follow along and do the same thing, that's what I did. Again, it doesn't really matter necessarily as long as you keep the inside the same. And you saw how I used the ruler just to kind of follow the same line so I didn't have to keep counting it out. Let me go ahead and do the other 2 sheets of this and then I will get back with you. Okay, I have all my pieces here. The thing you want to really make sure of, regardless of whatever you do for your sizing, is that the side where the punch is on this side, they all match up like that. And the side where the punch is on this side, they all match up like that. Okay. The next thing I want to do is create sections going downward, such as this. Now I have it set for counting 4 down for each one because that's the size that I have. You can do however works for you, but that's what I'm going to use for mine. And I'm using a gray gel pen because I want the lines in between to be a little bit lighter, but I still kind of want, you know, the lines to happen. You can also use markers or washi tape or, you know, whatever you want to use. You can use any of these, but I'm going to count down from the top here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to go straight across the dot grid like so with this gray gel pen. And then I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm lining this up with the dots, and I'm just going to go straight down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to draw my line, and I'm just going to keep going. So I'm at my bottom and I'm 1 shy, so I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go kind of in the middle of those 2. You know, these things happen. It's okay. Or I could just go down 4 and I could put some washi or something at the bottom, which is what I'm going to do. I'll probably just decorate the bottom. We'll just put a line there and then we'll deal with it. Okay, let me go ahead and do the rest of these. Okay, so I have all of these lines on here, and this is probably one of the most time-intensive things I do in my reading journal, but it is well worth it because I love this reading log. It is the place where I can write down all the books I'm reading, and I get all the information about the books that I want and need. Okay, these are all done. These are all done. So I'm going to set these aside for a moment because now we're going to work on these 2. These are the ones that lay underneath all of these. So this is where all the information is going to go on these 2 sheets of paper. And the first thing I want to do is write my categories, and then we're going to decorate the top. Get to some fun stuff. So let me grab a pen. I'm going to pull in a Micron 03 to write the titles. Again, I used the Micron 05 for these darker lines here, and then I used, because I wanted a lighter lines going across, I used a gray gel pen. So that's what we've used so far. The 03 is a little bit thinner than the 5, and this is how I'm going to write the titles. So this first section, always make sure you have your discs in the middle, because it's very easy to get your papers like this and just start writing. Go into town and have to do it again. Time intensive, we don't want to do that. So here we go. I'm just going to write, this is where I want the title of the books. My next section is the author. And again, this is all information that I want to know about the books that I'm reading. This is pages. So how many pages is the book? And then next we have the format. How did I read the book? Was it a physical copy, audio, or was it an ebook? Which I'm really loving my e-reader these days, my Kindle, loving it. Oh, genre is the next one. I really love to know the genre of a book. And the next one, oh, characters. I like to know the main characters, because sometimes throughout the year, when you're going back and looking at the books, you're trying to remember, or I am at least, what were their names? And when I get their names, it also sparks more information about the book that I read. And then this will be where my rating is. That's where I put my star stickers. Okay, that's all the information that I want to know. So now watch this. So when we have these down here and these are here, see, you can still see that information. That's the purpose of this. Okay, but let's do something fun. Let's give the top a little decoration. I brought in some washi. I have my this word script washi. I picked some of these up from the washi tape shop. I don't think they have them anymore, but I picked some more up. They had it on Amazon. So if I can find that link, I will put it down below. I love this though. Check it out. It has all the bookish vibes and I love it. Now there's I use it, I look at it because if you turn it around, this slants, but that looks like the words are upside down to me. This looks like the right side up. You can't read the words, but there's a right way and kind of a I don't know. You do you. This is how I do it. But I think what I want to do is I want to tear it across. I want to go across and I want to tear it. So I'm going to grab a piece that's roughly the size of the top. And I put one end down. And I'm going to tear it rather, well, let me cut it first, right here. And I'm going to tear the bottom off of it. One of the easiest ways to do, let's see, do I have it right way? Yeah, is I'm taping this to the bottom of my desk, like that. And because this is a really long piece. And I'm just going to start tearing it because I kind of want it to go across. But I'm doing it on the thin, well, that one's going up. It's okay. Whatever it decides to do, it has a life of its own. And then I'm going to I'm going to put this top piece, tape it down, and then I'm going to continue to tear. There, all the way to the end. Before we do that, I'm going to flip it because I can see it better. So I'm putting these together. Okay, and I'm going to lay these kind of right across the center here to start with. And then moving on outward. Just like so. I have a little wrinkle. Let's fix this. We did it. We did it. Love it. Let's go ahead and trim it. And trim it down the center. Okay. So we did that. We're gonna have to hole punch right there, but that's all good. So I have this other small piece that I had torn off of there, and I was wondering what this would look like at the bottom. I think I want to do it. Let's go ahead and hit it right in the middle and go to the edge. Since this bottom one was not quite the same size, this will just help. Adding more decor. Always fun. Okay, let's trim all of this. Okay. Oh, I like that. I think that looks kind of fun down at the bottom there. Now again, these will just be on these last pages because these pages will cover that. But you know, that's okay. Maybe we'll decorate those pages too. But for now, we'll just do this. So let's grab our decor pieces and see how we want to decorate this. So we have 2 deco pages and we have a reading log word too that we can put on either in the center where that goes on both sides, which is fun, or just put it on one side. And then we can put some books up here. We have lots of fun things to do. Lots of fun things to do. We can even do a quote. I might save the quotes though, because this page is already intense. I kind of like the idea of like some of these books, like this one here. I'm going to trim just the bottom off. Well, maybe not. I'm going to sit it kind of right on here. I think I'll leave the line. The whiteness on the bottom, it kind of gives it a little spacer. Look at that. So we're already putting decor in. It's amazing. It's amazing. I have to figure out how I want my reading log word to go. So we have the reading log word, and it's all intact as one word to start with. We could put it right here. I kind of like it over on this side, or I could split the word. I kind of want to split the word since we're doing it as the Dutch door situation. So let me just trim the white parts to where it makes sense. Okay, so we're going to put the word log over here and the word reading here. So I'm going to just put it right on these little dot grids, which again, love dot grid. And then we'll put reading on this side, like so. So there's the reading log. Oh, love, love, love. Okay, I kind of like this. The world was hers for the reading. We could put that right up in here. Oh, look at, what about the lamp? Oh, I kind of like that. Let's do that. That's kind of fun. Maybe we just want more books. When you do the first page, sometimes you just want everything on it. Here, let's make a bookshelf. So let me trim this edge because I think I'm going to put 2 of these together. So we're going to put this one here and this one here. So I'm going to trim this side of it a little bit so it'll jet up to that green book. Oh yes, love, love, love. Let's put some of these flowers in here to kind of fill this space. This one has red, so we're going to put this one over on this side. Let's jet it underneath. There. Okay, so we have that side. Loving, loving, loving. Let's pull this little yellow flower going this way. On this side. Adorable. Kind of want this open book right here. And let's put these glasses with it. Okay. How cute is that? This side's darker than this side. That side doesn't have all the color. I think it's okay though, but you know what? We can add another floral to add some of the color over on this side. Let's pull another red in. I want to put this kind of under this log. Okay. I think I like this. So let's get the reading planner and put it in and kind of see how it looks. Okay, so here we have our reading journal and here is our reading log, and we're just gonna put these sheets right in here. I made just a slight change. I moved this sticker from going this way to this way, and I'm much happier. So it kind of mimics that one over there. Okay, then we're gonna take these sheets we made and put them right here, and you can see how this works. So here we have these, and it says title, author, pages, format, genre, characters, rating, and as you turn the pages, you can still see all that. So see, that's how that Dutch door situation works. Also, while I have this right here, I can show you how I'm going to use these. I use these in the format for when I read a physical book, but I also use these as my numbering system. So you could just number these. But I like putting these in here because I can write the number right in it and color a portion of it. I like to color the portion by month so I can just at a glance look and see it's a different month. So let me just kind of put these down the row here. Okay, and we are all set. I'm pretty excited about this. So I used the stack of stickers from the reading journal bundles, and you will see more of these playing out here in the future videos as I set more pages up. We're going to be doing a lot of these pages right here. But you'll probably see that probably right in the beginning of January. I'll probably do a series of all these. But right now I'm pretty excited because we have our reading log done and our whole planner set up. And I'm really just loving it. Let me know down below, do you do any type of reading journal? I would love to hear some of the pages that you like to do. And you can leave that in the comments below. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!